Yours?
I forgot my chapstick. I need some.
You look beautiful. Oh, wait.
Hey, everyone. How you doing?
Live. Hi.
Hey, oh, shoot.
Whoops.
We're live.
Hi, Scott.
How you doing? Happy Wednesday. Who we got going on today? Connie, Butterfly, Hypnicity, Jennifer, Teresa, Sterling Roses, all the mystery faves. Gina. Yep, hit the thumbs up.
Mystery team has assembled.
I thought I had a really good one tonight, but here Andrea found we already read on it. Got to find a substitute. It's one of those mystery triangles around the world.
Yeah.
Where a lot of weird things happen. Cryptoids and UFOs and da-da-da. Yeah, it's all the same story. Energetic areas where UFOs land, and
it's amazing how there's triangles.
There's another area of a lot of Native Americans that got pushed off their land. There's a lot of connections to our Native American family and UFOs and knowing about the Star family. Pretty cool stuff.
Yeah. Speaking of cool, I hope everyone's staying cool if they're in a heat wave, as various places are in this world right now.
Yeah, a few prayers for England. Fires, 100 plus heat. How is it up in your area?
It's pretty toasty. It's pretty toasty. Yeah. Hot stuff. I don't care for it.
Are you still using Celsius up there, or do you know the?
I only use Celsius. I like Celsius.
Well, then I don't want to figure it out.
Old-fashioned.
Old-fashioned.
It's like 40 degrees Celsius here, which is probably.
Ian's so hot he's not here. He's just ghostwriting.
Oh no.
Trying to get the pets cool. Oh, Marie, she's dying in Texas. I bet.
Oh, Marie. Oh, I bet it's hot. Yeah.
It's a comfortable 75 here, which is strange. It's hotter in upper Michigan than it is here, or it's hotter in your area than it is here. Hot in Northern California. Oof. Yeah, a little trick. If you got some ice, you can just put a bowl of ice in front of a fan. Let it blow on you. It's cheaper than AC. Oh my God, 109. Ugh.
Oh my.
Poor babies.
105 for Hillbilly.
Linda says, Andrea, you're beautiful. I'm handsome. Oh, not bad for not doing the hair. Just came straight from work and right on. So I keep it short. You can't tell it's messed up.
Your beauty is effortless, Scott. It's effortless.
Oh, good Lord. All right. You know,
hey, you were growing.
I decided it wasn't for me.
Okay.
It was a fad. I never did like a lot of hair. It gets itchy and it's like, I thought I'd try. I'm like, it was just that feeling, but I was like, nah, I don't want it. It wasn't me. I'll stick with what I like. Then for another week, I tried a little sideburn thing, and I'm like, that's ugly too. I'll stick with a little peach fuzz right here. Be good to go.
Perfection.
All right. Well, you always look pretty cute with your hair all pokey. I think you only do it on Wednesday night Mr. Theater. Who are you trying to impress?
We're coming up on 2 years, by the way.
Oh my God, you're right.
I know.
It'd be like next week. It'll be like 2 years.
I think it's real close to 2 years.
It was towards the end of July. Like next week or next time we could. Oh, that'd be in August. Technically, tonight would be the 2-year mark.
We have to figure what day we did the first show.
Well, pretty easy to figure out when the year.
Channel. I think it was.
I have it. It was on my page. We did our year anniversary, so that wasn't Mystery Theater. It was a 1-year anniversary thing made, but So the next one would be on your channel in August. So technically, this is the 2-year mark.
Happy
I don't look
anniversary.
happy anniversary, Andrea. Mysteries of the universe. I don't look 2 years old. Two at heart, 80 in body.
Thank you, Ann.
Leanne, blessings. Showversary. Yay. Okay. Where was the first one? Oh, some dance. I gotta make a banner quick for you.
Some dance. You want to dance?
Yeah. We know
Party.
the Abbott's Brom dance.
Oh, yes, we're
The
reading.
Abbott Bromley horn dance. Okay. Back. Create. Probably spell that wrong. I forgot to make Bromley
So we are reading on a dance.
horn dance. Okay. Add banner. Thank you for waiting. Okay. And then share all this fun technology stuff.
A lot of work.
Have everything ready and search topics and all that fun stuff. All right. Are we seeing it? Yep. All right. Let me go back so I can talk. I can't remember who asked about this one. Someone in our lovely chat thought about this one. So anyway, the Abbott's Bromley dance goes back to like 1200 AD. And it considers Abbott's Bromley in Staffordshire. Sorry. It considers of 12 characters, 6 men walking around with 25-pound antlers around their head.
Jeez.
One's got a hobby horse, one's a fool, one's a Maid Marian, one's an archer, and there's 2 musicians. One's a little boy with a triangle, and the other 1 or 2 have accordions. So they just dance around. They have a good old time. There's like eateries and crafts all around. But this dance is always done around the fall festival in September, like around the harvest or whatever. Where was it? Origins. There's several theories about the roots of this festival. The winter solstice ritual has been suggested to be born around King Henry I, around 1100 to 1135 AD, granting hunting rights to the people of the area. The dance was supposed to be created to mark of the gratitude. Hunting rights is just a theory, showing signs of early pre-Christian beginnings of magic and fertility ceremonies. Interesting to know that some of the figures have been seen around the world in famous cave paintings too.
Oh.
These figures are also 20,000 years old. So perhaps the origins don't actually come from there, but maybe around the world. But they've been doing this ever since 1200, and they only missed one weekend. They all get dressed up and dance and wear horns and have a festival.
And it's to bring rain and stuff like that?
It's supposed to be, according to what they say, it's a celebration of the harvest.
The harvest, yes.
But there's no proof of that. Why would they wear the antlers? Is it a celebration of the hunt? Is it a celebration of prosperity? Is it a celebration of the kill?
And the fact
is it something that was brought from extraterrestrials? This is, at least in the 1100s, and it's been going on ever since. Ian says, Bromley is part of the Greater London. I worked in Bromley at one time. Cool. You ever seen that festival, Ian? Holly thinks it's just a ritual of the harvest. If it is, then why they have the horns? You think it would be something to do with the hunt? Because that is the time of year when usually like deer hunting would be procuring with the rut season and everything. Well, let's see. You have animals. You have a unicorn in your deck. Looking to see if you have animals.
I thought you meant in my house. Yeah, I have a couple of unicorns in my house.
But just looking through yours, if I could see what maybe would.
The brown card also can represent fur.
The
unicorn would obviously could represent animals.
Okay, I got animals on my deck I made. I think that's gonna work.
Yeah.
They're probably copying Native Americans after watching them do the deer dance, Connie suspects. Hey, Hilda.
Some people think it could be a pagan celebration. Yeah.
Could be.
Ancient. It's interesting that was on the cave walls, though. You said the images were painted on cave walls?
Yeah, around the world, supposedly, yeah. So it's these symbols, whatever, that were way back when, are not originals. They've been elsewhere. Right. Well, in Wisconsin here, anyway, we have bow hunting starts in September. As far as deer hunt. But those horns would be more like mule or whatever because they're huge. Good evening, Pam. Hi, Katie. Okay. You'd see, too, if it was actually started by a king or anything to do with royalty. Ew. Strange how that fell out. My tower fell out.
Oh.
And I'm hearing I need to keep it. So let's see. I don't know what that means yet. Festival of Luck. It must have something to do with Earth and the harvest. The two cards that came out first are the Wheel of Fortune and Page of Coins. It's something to do with Tower. So I'm thinking it's like to end failures of harvest and the hunt and everything like that. It's like a festival to ward off bad destruction. What it feels like. Because that would be what the tower means. If you want, like what's going on now with all the fires and destruction, heat. Wheel of Fortune, you want good harvest, you want good luck, good karma.
Yeah.
And then you receive with it. So I think it was just incorporated with our animals because they were always a partnership with food and everything, even the Native Americans, with the buffalo hunt and everything. Yeah, they only need 3 cards. It was all started for luck of the harvest.
Yeah, so I got the full moon. So doing this dance, a ceremony under the moon, right? Probably to bring a change. Asking for a prosperous decision to be made on their favor. So I think you're right. Like keeping things good and positive. We have the Ace of Cups, so victorious, plentiful, good luck. We got the full moon again. So again, like a harvest thing. I'm curious about this though. So the bullseye would be the dance. And then we have the mystery sort of odd card and a half written item. And I feel like they're missing part of it. I think whatever tradition's been handed down, they're missing part of the instructions that they're supposed to do.
Yeah. Yeah, Tony, it could be part of changing season.
Because over time, people could have lost the information or maybe how they interpreted to do this dance, but I feel like some of it.
Marie's wondering if this dance will ward off to Governor Abbott in Texas. Try
Right.
anything. Try anything to remove that man.
So I wonder if it's not as effective because they might be missing some of the details.
I do have also something about spirits. Spirits coming down, or knowledge of spirits, and being imprisoned. Some kind of it feels also, may have either been spirit knowledge to do this, or they were incorporating spirits.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
Mysterious.
Every other card I just kept going out to see, and everything is good there. Otherwise, Queen of Cups, Knight of Cups, Queen of Wands, Ace of Swords, all powerful cards with the rest of them, so that has no meaning. Basically, it's all good. But there is something going on with spirit energies and not wanting to be imprisoned in your own mind, or, success. Well, that could be too, Tony. Somewhat close to Halloween, celebration of spirits.
I'm getting this could be some type of broken, handed down, or copied something that was performed in the Egyptian times. So this could be a ceremony that maybe the Druids or whoever migrated or heard about an Egyptian ceremony, brought it to where is it, in England? But again, they're missing something. I feel like they're missing a component to it. I think it's quite ancient, yes.
Marie's crazy enough to try. She's got, hey, why don't you grab your deer horns, and at some, what do you call it? Anytime Abbott's speaking, bring your deer horns and just start tapping them together. Irritate them. Bunch of ladies out there with deer horns. You say, you're going to lose, Mr. Abbott.
Click, 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 click.
Click, click, click. You're going to lose, Mr. Abbott. Does it have anything to do with, was it King Edward the First? I think it was. Is that his name? Oops. Gotta look back quick. King Henry the First.
Yeah, I'm getting this is originally stems from an Egyptian ceremony that has somehow migrated over to where it is today. But I feel like they don't have all the details.
King Henry, King of Coins. No, I don't think it come from him. I think I got it stemmed from angelic love. Because King Henry, I'm getting here, King Henry was in battle with something, so it didn't come from him. Angelic love. You may have got warding off bad spirits or something too.
Yeah, definitely some type of spiritual ceremony.
Yeah. That's where it stemmed from, I think.
Must be hard dancing around with holding 25-pound antlers.
Definitely.
That's not an easy dance.
So, I don't think it had anything to do with the king. Okay. Do you remember? I looked up another one since we had to get rid of that Bennington Triangle. Do you remember the Flannan Isles Lighthouse?
Yeah. Is that what the three men were there? And they
Yeah,
went
I think so.
Do you want something from the movies for dinner?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. Scott says no.
Okay. I think so. Was it 3? I remember there was a lighthouse we read on. Yeah, you're right. Yep. I just seen that was none. I got to delete that one. Okay. Yeah, that was the one. There's 3 people missing, and yep, we read on that one. Okay. Bridgewater Triangle. Share screen. Okay. Gotta delete. Bridgewater Triangle. All these running out of triangles. Show. Okay. Share screen. Hi, Linda. Massachusetts. So we got a Bridgewater Triangle in Massachusetts. Oops. Why'd that happen? I didn't want only that. Come on. Okay, got it down. Okay, southeastern Massachusetts, there's a Bridgewater Triangle. About 200 square miles, where there have been legends and curses over the centuries, ghosts, Bigfoot, strange creatures, roughly bound by the towns of, we don't need the towns, swamp, wildlife management, and river state forest. The boundaries are defined by a cryptozoologist and folklorist Lauren Coleman. They coined it the Bridgewater Triangle in 1970s book Mysterious America. At the center is a swamp. There's a big swamp. And before there was indigenous people known to live in that area because there's human artifacts that were discovered dating back 9,000 years. From about 300 AD, colonial times, Native Americans depended on the swamp for the abundance of game. They revered the swamp as the bounty and used some areas for sacred burial grounds. Among many of them were the Algonquin tribes. Who's Hammock? They worshiped and feared the area as the chief deity of death and disease, called Hambumak, was said to dwell in the swamp. Hambumak was often destructive, evil, and opposed to the great creator god Contentowit. Names. All these folklores. So here's the picture just from the Wampanoag tribe members and pilgrims. The largest freshwater swamp in Massachusetts, about 17,000 acres. There was a... Gotta figure out... Where was the question here? I had it written down somewhere. Let's see. Okay, since colonial times, bizarre reports began to tell about the Triangle area, including giant snakes, strange creatures, ghosts, and missing people. Reports that most people have seen Bigfoot, UFOs, ominous black helicopters, and mysterious balls of light, poltergeist activity, and cattle mutilations. Early on, the forest was said to be home of diminutive humanoid creatures known as Pukwudgies. Strange name. They say they're like troll-like creatures described to be about 3 to 4 feet tall. Hairy gray skin and large ears. notorious reputation for mischief and mayhem. They were once said to be friendly to humans, but later turned against them. These evil beings have been blamed for people who have fallen off cliffs, disappeared, and mysterious deaths. Some places seemingly possessed a large type of power. There's a mysterious ledge called Asenet Ledge, or simply known as the Ledge. This has left a scar on the landscape. By a granite company in 1800s, people often speak of being compelled to jump off this cliff.
That's crazy.
People talk about having a sense of dread when venturing near that ledge. Visitors say they see ghosts. It has also been an alleged hotspot for Satanists and cults, and many have seen UFOs in that area. There's also a prolific rock, profile rock. It looks like a face.
Mm-hmm.
This is quite an area. Located near Freetown, Massachusetts, a 50-foot high rock looks like a human face. The Wampanoag people have considered the rock sacred. Local legends say they do ghost dances and often spied in warrior dress. They say that Native American ghost dancers often spied in a warrior dress dancing around the rock, and the ghost of the man sitting on the rock with outstretched arms. Others report seeing glowing orbs and hearing voices. There's another part to this with this other rock, which we can click on and read on also. The forest has also been known for cult activities. People who have been murdered have been found to leave the remains in that area because it's a swamp and very dense. Natural dangers of thorns, sinkholes, but visitors also say they've seen ghosts, UFOs, strange beasts. So there's a lot.
That's like pretty much everything.
Everything
in this area.
This is
creatures, weird energy, UFOs.
This area has been a hotbed for UFO sightings. The first sighting occurred in 1760, and numerous others followed. In 1908, a UFO sighting near Bridgewater was documented in local newspapers. 1968, 5 people claimed to say they seen a strange ball of light floating around the trees in a wooded park. 1976, 2 UFOs seen landing around Route 44. 1994, Bridgewater law enforcement reported seeing triangle-shaped craft, red and white lights. Summer of 1999, fast-moving UFO near a lake. There's no explanation why these areas have been affected by this strange phenomena for many years. So, where would we like to go with this one?
Jeez.
A general read?
That's a doozy, that place.
It's got everything. Cryptids, strange creatures. Sterling's ready to move there. You might need a stilt house in that swamp.
Yikes.
Okay. All right. I think I need your deck and my Oracle deck, I think. All right.
Jesus.
Let's see. Let's get the general. Was it all started because of the Native American people that lived there? Is it just so it's technically not really like a mountain, an energetic pyramid area. So it's a little different. Very active. Maybe it wasn't flooded swamp way back when.
Right?
Bridgewater Triangle. Hey, wait a minute, Jeff. Aren't you kind of close to there? Heather got suffering, abductions, disease, death, and missing people. There's also East and West Bridgewater. Lovely. Oh, Jeff was like 7 miles from it. Road trip. Ted Cruz can vacation there.
It's his kind of place, yeah.
Huh. Okay. Contract. Negative agreement is native. A lot has to do with native and karma. I got a negative contract with foreign people, karma. So the foreign people are actually the pilgrims. So then I have the red light, go stop. It's kind of like, wisdom from the ancient elders from around the world. Okay, it's ancient elders that connected to our ET friends. I get both of this with your card. The peace was faltered, right? I'm seeing both, like they came in peace, but it was faltered. Drop. It's kind of like they created a time portal in that area. All part of the universe. Time portal. Yeah, I think it all had to do with everything going on there because of what the Pilgrims did to the Native Americans. Lost trust.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I basically got the same story.
Hit me.
There's something under the ground, an energy or a spell or something under the ground that affected anyone who comes on it. So we have the chariot next. Now that could be the pilgrims coming in, right? Anyone on that land that's not supposed to be. It lures you in. It makes you feel content and maybe safe there. There's sort of a bit of trickery or whatever you want to say, but it's a negative place. It's not meant for you to be there. I would assume, unless you're Native American.
Maybe the face rock's okay.
Yeah, and with this chariot card, I also do see that there is in fact UFO activity there, but they've done something under the ground. They've placed some kind of, I don't know if spell is the right word, but energy. The Native Americans did, and you're right. As soon as you were saying the pilgrims and all, I'm just like, yep. So
Holly thinks so. It's a trick to bring you in.
Yes, it makes you feel happy and safe, or there's some kind of spell that comes over you, and then guess what? It's not a happy ending. It's negative.
Jeff got my UFO ET card. Yeah, I seen that, Kathy. Secret Service turned one text over.
I know. It was probably like, "Hey, bro." That's when they turned over.
I seen I seen someone on Twitter put just a bunch of random letters. Nothing readable.
And then redact it, right? Then redact it.
Right. Oh.
There also may have been a massacre at that site as well, where the Native Americans passed away.
Huh.
So again, you can understand that energy in that place.
Manifest.
Like any settlers, pioneers that crossed that path were not good things for them.
Yeah, Monica, I have my own cards. I created my extraterrestrial universe oracle, and I created the Farmer's Tarot. So, I think you're right. So I used my oracle here. So I got my pyramid card. So I think you're right about there's something in the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Mysteries within the, that area. And then I have, they manifested because of pain. I have release, have a cry, and then I have some kind of manifestation of desires. And then I have, there's hidden secrets there.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there was an activation, and I think our ET friends were part of it. So, I mean, there's many, many stories about native elders and whatnot. They don't speak of it really, but they know there's that connection.
Yeah.
They were here long before us and whatnot. Massacres, it's just horrible. So usually if you see, what I sense anyway, I think you do too, but when you see Sasquatches and whatnot, they're just protecting. But when you see these cryptids and everything, these shadowy type figures of little gray things or whatever that don't look, like an entity, a 3D, those are dangerous, scary. I want a Sasquatch to come at my back end and back door and say hi.
Your back end and your back door?
Yeah. Back end to here.
Oh, you mean your house?
The house, yeah. The back door. Hello. Hello. Like a beer, please.
I think you and a Sasquatch could hang out and be buddies. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. I got a next road trip. I went to Holy Hill, so now I gotta find where there's been Sasquatch sightings and see if I can find them.
Ooh. Are there Sasquatches in Wisconsin?
They say never bring any weapons. Go out with love, and maybe you'll find them. Oh, so worried. Okay, there was another part of that. There was a rock. There's a rock with, where's the share? There's a rock with inscriptions on it that no one, hieroglyphs, petroglyphs, that has never figured out what they mean.
Monica, that is Elite Shugnite hanging up on my door there. Elite Shugnite.
So you see this big rock, and it's got all these petroglyphs on it. No one has been able to figure it out.
Wow. Is that at Bridgewater too?
Dighton Rock, Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. Wow.
It's connected. it was in the article, so it
Yeah.
must be connected or close. Giant
Five
Rock is
high.
one of the greatest mysteries of Massachusetts. 40-ton boulder was originally located at the riverbed of Taunton River at Berkeley, Massachusetts, but they have it in storage or moved now. So there's kind of a drawing of what they found, to try to preserve what they thought it looked like. So there's a bunch of, couple of things that look like people. Maybe one's a ghost, but no one can figure out what it means. The strange scribblings on most of it. So what's up with this rock? Who made those writings? Is that extraterrestrial writing?
Rocket.
Hi, Joe.
Massachusetts.
Renee wonder if it's a treasure map.
Ooh.
I wonder if it had. Using my oracle cards is all about healing. It has something to do with healing and using the earth energy and crystals. You have to look at. You should bring that back up, maybe. See what it looks like. Diet and rock. Well, I'll go down what they scribbled. Does it look anything to do with healing?
I got this card says pigs and fishes surround you, and this card says this is central headquarters. I kind of feel like they were drawing sort of what was around them. Maybe it was the center of town and drawing where you could buy fish or go to the market. It's some kind of map, perhaps, talking about the area. Now, was it a hospital? Maybe you're seeing like not an actual hospital, but a healing center.
Kathy D says some of those symbols look like runes.
Yeah, they do.
I don't know. So my oracle deck, I got earth grounding energy. So you have the power of the universe in your hand, and then I have some kind of listening and using. Then I have using the universe and crystals. So this ET is holding a crystal, and then I have Nancy Jean's card. I got crystal healing, therapy, balance. So that's what came up with my throw. With those cards.
I think they were marking where there was like a healing energy in town. I feel like it is. I do feel like it's kind of a map of this town. Where you could go to get everything, and there is an indication of the healing center. Perhaps on the far right, maybe that's the healing center.
Because the far right there is some people there showing figures of a person.
And it looks like kind of fish on the bottom here.
Normal head. Not ET looking. So there's some wave movement. Few things that look like words. But nothing, flows to like a map of anything, because everything's shut down, stopped. So weird.
And it's etched into the rock, so it had a purpose, right? Like it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it had a purpose. I mean, and it was in this area. It was attached to it was in the article that, so we showed about this, this triangle here. I wonder if the tarot would say anything else.
Instructions for healing. How do you feel about that?
Well, that's what my oracle deck said. Some kind of using earth or crystals and listening, which could mean vibrations too. Tarot or your cards? The telling me your cards will help.
I don't know. It's like instructions of where to go to get healed. Either a map of an area or instructions how to do it or instructions how to get there.
The one looks like an accordion.
It's old, that's for sure.
Definitely. Let's see what the chat thinks. It's a map to a new civilization. Well, it's hard to say if it was extraterrestrial created because they just had circular heads. There's nothing weird.
Yeah, I don't think it's Native American either.
Well, I got your healing card.
Way back.
So I got your healing card, and then I decided it was healing. Anyway, chaos within a group of people. But then I have it's spiritual related to chakra balancing. Empathy, boost of empathy, chakra balancing.
Mm-hmm.
Directions.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Directions, decisions, and then balancing. So it very well could be something to do with, ritualistic, some kind of spiritual balancing, and then a point to where to go. Maybe once upon a time that swamp was a healing center, or
I kind of wonder if it was flooded on purpose so people don't go, right into and find what it was.
Yeah.
There's probably
something like that. It's like that area was good at one time. And that was like a map or
I think it's really, really, really old. Like, I mean, really old. If there was something before Native Americans, then that old. You know what I mean? Like ancient. Not caveman, but
was that rock? Well, Jill, that rock was like tons. Yeah, Jeff said it was sacred. Yeah, that's what I feel. Something like that. That area was sacred or something like that. I can't remember what the article said. It was like 10 ton or something or more.
It was 11 feet by 9 feet by 5 or something. It's huge.
Yeah, 5 feet by 9.5 by 11 feet long. But it's more about the weight. They said the weight somewhere. Where is it? 40 ton, which is Jesus, that thing's heavy. 40 ton is 8,000 pounds.
Yeah, really old. I don't even know, Jeff, how. It's very basic drawings, right? Could be petrified wood. It did look that way, Kevin.
Petrified wood. It's a 8,000 pound rock.
It could have been a tree, a huge tree that was carved, and then if it was underwater for a long time with the right minerals, could be petrified. Petrified tree. Yeah.
I think the article would have said if it was a tree or not. They moved it.
Modern day tree.
They moved it to a. They said they moved it to a museum or something, and they weighed it at like 40 ton. French bread ripped off the loaf. Huh? How'd they get the symbols off the French bread? It's gonna be. What you amazed balling about there? Said to Christina. Oh, something we probably talked about earlier. Massachusetts was all glacier at one time. I don't think that area was probably flooded, a swamp, before. And you see those petroglyphs and whatnot, there's some kind of instructions going on. Alright, that be gone. Done with the rock, done with the triangle. Where did ancient America? Which one's this one? Chaco. Okay. Get rid of this banner. Delete. One more here. Unless. Alright, this was a substitute I found quickly. Because we read on the Bennington Bannon triangle before. Hello. Yeah. We read on the triangle in Michigan. At least the one in the water.
They are everywhere. Triangles
One in the water.
are.
Yeah, they're everywhere. There's energetic areas all over the planet. And everywhere. Holly thinks it's a hiding spot for ETs in the water. Well, you intuitive one, you, Holly. Step out of your comfort zone and get on here with us. All right. Here's a Chaco Canyon. So this is abandoned. This used to be thriving way back when. And now it's in the desert. So look at that technology from such a long time ago. They built that. Beautiful. Into the hill. Little garden it looks like. And some stones. It's the entrancing to the collapse of an ancient civilization. Incans, Romans, Egyptians, we all want to understand why they fell from great heights. The collapse of the Chaco might be the most ominous of all. From 1860 to 1140, known as the Benito phase, complex agricultural society thrived in Chaco Canyon in northwest New Mexico. The society's signature achieved construction of great houses made from thousands of pieces of timber. By the end of the 12th century, the canyon was abandoned. No one knows why for sure. But the thinking of archaeologists had been excessive logging for firewood or construction, causing erosion, making the land unstable, thus not being able to sustain large population. Another warning about our current rate of resources. Let's see. The deforestation narrative rests mainly on two kinds of evidence: radiocarbon dating from fossilized contents in pack rat nests, and the hint that towards the end, the people of Chaco Canyon resorted to importing logs from great distances to build their homes. That offers the reasons of theories that don't hold water and argue that there's no basis for the conclusion that the abandonment of the canyon was brought from deforestation, because they could bring in other logs, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all it was. It's a quick little article, but it's like, why did this civilization that thrived all of a sudden end, and leaving this in about, what did they say again, 12th century? So yeah, it thrived supposedly, they figure, for 300 years and then gone.
It's huge. It's beautiful. I don't even think they've uncovered all of it, have they?
I don't think so. Teresa thinks there was something wrong with the water source. Tony said there's cave dwellers in that area, basically holes built by man on ledges of the mountains. These people influenced our country immensely. Thank you, Holly. Sister H thinks maybe they fell from ego, like Atlantis. Hey, Teresa. We don't give Mexico the credit for the civilization we should.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. My dad's great-grandfather, Connie saying, told stories about how the Anasazi were cannibals.
Yeah, so was it a flood? Was it starvation? Was it an illness? Were they slaughtered? Was it aliens? What happened at Chaco Canyon?
Let's see, Connie has another thing. It was a place for ceremonies during the summer and winter solstice. Watch sundiggers. Okay. Mr. Jeff Bailey is sensing organized rituals, like Connie mentioned. Connie says it was drought. Kevin Brazil thanks drought.
Yeah, I'm getting very similar to what Connie and some others were saying, that it was. First, we see the card, the deep freeze. It's not talking about it being frozen. What it's saying is like frozen assets, in the sense of they were running out of assets to keep them going. Then we have a metamorphosis card, so they had to turn it around. They had to figure out where they were going to go. Like you have a cocoon, you have the caterpillar, the cocoon, and the butterfly. So they had to leave it and go somewhere else. Change their life, a metamorphosis. I don't feel alien or anything like that. What do you get, Scott?
No, I'm not getting extraterrestrial.
No.
I'm getting it was a set. I got 6 of Cups, King of Cups, meaning back in the time it was a thriving civilization.
Mm-hmm.
I feel there. We do have angelic influence, though. So there might be rituals and stuff, but we have Knight of Cups and the victory and news, success, everything there. but like I think everyone's right. It was basically, I got frog in my throat now. They succumbed to natural disasters and dark times. Just couldn't survive anymore. I got every single bad card at the end. My loss, the sadness, everything destroyed. Dark times. They had to make a choice. The decisions cards was way to go. Thought, destruction, loss of life, fighting. The 5 of Swords of fighting, loss of life, sadness. They had to. I think it was right that it had to do with floods or something like that, natural disasters. But once it was a thriving place and loved place.
Yeah, that's terrible that the resources stopped being there for them.
Oh, Kathy D says, "'Tis true. It's pretty dry and hot out there." So yeah, 300 years of a thriving, lovely place, and just had to pull chocks. Yep, there you go, Tony. Lack of agua is a problem anywhere.
Yes.
And good agua.
Yeah, clean water.
Just ask Flint, Michigan.
Oh, dear.
Or anyone in the West who has to ration their water. Pretty good. Thank God the Hoover Dam was only a transformer.
Yeah, I was like, oh, what's going on there? But
it's happening again in Arizona and Southwest. Now that Colorado is going down quickly. Well, I think they went. I would think south, Jane. To me, it feels like they moved south where there was at least water. Mexico, no. So this is New Mexico. They go north. See, New Mexico. What's west of New Mexico? Is that Arizona? Utah is in that part of the U.S. Has bad ones. But anyway, yeah, the Colorado River, whatever, that it supplies all the water for the South pretty much. And it's, what was that, Lake Mead? They're finding bodies and barrels in Lake Mead because it's going down so far.
Good heavens.
Not good times in the West. And here, if we had, in 2000, what's his name? Not Bush, Al Gore. We could have possibly had a motion forward to climate change. That was his main goal.
Yeah.
The evil Bush had all about oil, had to win the presidency. And then basically put us on a downward spiral ever since. And here we are.
Well, those guys are only living for their lifetime. They don't care about
Pretty much.
future, right? They don't care if something they do now is going to destroy the earth in 50 years because they won't be here, so they won't care.
Yeah. You'd think they would care about their grandchildren, right? And their family.
You would think. You would hope.
Nope. Not happening. All right. Ay. I gotta find I haven't used your Oracle deck for a while.
We doing card of the day.
Yes.
Card of the day.
One Oracle out of yours. Well, if we were reading on that other triangle again, we'd be on another hour. All those missing people.
Oh dear.
But we already did it ago.
Yeah, we actually read on it a year ago.
Yep.
In July of 2021, we read on it. So
I seen your screenshot. Was that when you read on Medusa too? Was that on top of it? Can't remember.
I can't remember. And it would have been we read it on my channel. Let's see. It was Medusa, Michael Rockefeller, California. Why do they have the most UFO sightings? And the Bennington Triangle. Roughly, I think it was July 28th of last year. We read on that. That was the show.
Okay. I grabbed one out of my Oracle and one out of your Oracle.
Nice.
Okay. What it's telling me, you got, was it roses and lilies? Is that what it is? Yeah, roses and lilies. Living and loving the divine feminine.
Yeah. Oh,
So,
yeah.
it's all about love and goodness and loving thy neighbor. And my Oracle is telling me, along with this, see, this is the way you want to be. Loving roses and lilies. All that's good. And then I have with mine, if you don't live that way, you're not going to learn your life lessons.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you're in love and light, you won't, if you're not here, you won't learn your lessons. You're tapped in more. You're understanding your intuition. You're understanding the signs of where you need to be. So that's what I get there.
Basically, the card I kind of got here. So I got the golden ratio, beauty, nature, and patterns. So that's being tuned in and paying attention to feminine, divine, the beauty, the nature, and patterns. What do you see reoccurring? What are you paying attention to? Because there's deeper meaning, right? As we know, as like-minded folks, deeper meaning to things. So what are you paying attention to? Are you just looking at stuff on the surface, or are you able to read deeper into the cards, into the visual you're looking at, into the messages around you?
The Dulce papers. Not sure. You have to look it up. Dulce papers. There's all kinds of papers. Thank you. Yep. Technically, this is number 2. Because the next one would be into August, so this is the 2-year mark, I guess. Yep. Basically, you can email any of us if you have fantastic mysteries. Love to appreciate it. Or you can always go to back quickly, give us an ad click for 4.4 cents, and put it in the comments section. We'll see it. That would be lovely.
Hey, look at Linda's emojis.
Yeah. We read on Dulce base. We think there's something secret going on right there. I remember reading on that one. Yes. Linda with the emojis.
There's me, Wonder Woman, and you, the cowboy.
Oh, yeah. We can do that.
That's awesome. Uh-oh. There we go.
This This is my Aussie hat. Kathy was disappointed. Gore conceded. Supreme Court shot him down. He couldn't fight anymore. So
I don't know about that. I do think he won.
Oh, he did win.
Yeah.
They didn't want to fight the hanging Chads. He only lost by 500 votes. But they threw out a whole bunch of votes because they had punch tabs. So these votes, when they ran through,
Yeah.
So they use a pen, they punch it out. So sometimes they had a little piece of paper on the bottom. They threw out all those ones with the Chads or the hangers on it because they said they weren't legal and done right. There's no way they could decide who won because of those little hanging Chads. So I threw out a whole bunch of them, and Gore won.
I think Gore won 100%.
But the funny thing is, I don't know if you remember that or not, but I've said it on our lives or whatever. Chief Justice Roberts was on the team. Amy Coney Barrett was an aide or something. And Kavanaugh was on the defensive team to make sure Bush won.
Get out of here.
Nope. Bless you, Diva.
Thank you, Diva.
Yeah, crazy. It's crazy how this all comes back around from something 23 years ago that they were on the team to make sure Gore didn't win. And now they're in the freaking Supreme Court.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, true, Teresa. I mean, it was a bunch of crap. It was all about it.
The Hanging Chad sounds like a band.
Yeah, Stone was involved too. It's been criminal enterprise everywhere.
Jeez.
Yeah, thank you, chatters, everyone.
Wow. Yes, thanks, everybody.
I know, right, Anna? Bush took it away from Gore, and 45 took it away from Hillary.
Mm-hmm.
All from corrupt people. If you just let the process go the way it's supposed to and count the votes like you're supposed to with no fights, Democrats would have won.
Yep.
But nope. Gotta say election stolen and all that. Oh, happier days.
Mm-hmm.
Meant Bush's brother handed in Florida. Yeah, that probably too. All right, love and light. Thank you very much. Great to have you all here. Love to Andrea. All you peeps. Have a blessed Wednesday.